Hello everyone, welcome back. Review Request Week continues. And you may have noticed that I did not post a video yesterday. That was due to the fact that I had a bit of an emergency, not to mention uh, a transformer outside my home blew up. So I was without power and the internet for quite some time. It made making a video and publishing it very difficult. And so to make up for that, I'm pretty much going to be doing a discography review because this band or project only has released 2 albums. So, next up on the review request, Austrian Death Machine with their albums Total Brutal and Double Brutal. Starting out with Total Brutal, this is the Austrian Death Machine is a side project by the frontman of As I Lay Dying, Tim Lambesis, and his love for Arnold Schwarzenegger. And the way that these songs are comprised are that you have these fantastic metal compositions full of guitar solos, which not only has Tim Lambesis' vocals, but you also have a fantastic Arnold Schwarzenegger impressionist on both albums. Both albums have 2 different people playing Arnold Schwarzenegger, and both of them do a great job doing an impression of him. But starting out with Total, or as Arnold would call it, Total Brutal. This album initially, I didn't like it as much as the next album, Double Brutal. But this is an album that I felt it's a lot of fun. This is not these are not songs to be taken seriously. You have tracks such as "Get to the Chopper" from Predator. You have Rubber Baby Buggy Bumpers from Last Action Hero. Some of my favorites off of the first album are I Am a Cybernetic Organism, Living Tissue Over a Metal Endoskeleton. You Have Just Been Erased is another great one. Screw You, Benny. A nice throw to Total Recall, which is getting a remake, by the way. If It Bleeds, We Can Kill It. It's Not a Tumor, and there's even a hidden track on this album, which is entitled the Not So Hidden Track, mainly because Arnold wanted to create a hidden track, and well, it was listed on the album as not a hidden track, so he gets pissed off. So, like I said, this album is full of jokes towards Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's also filled with great music. There are a lot of guest musicians that come in and do guitar solos on both of these albums. And with Total Brutal, it was a great way to establish, hey, Austrian Death Machine, we're here to have some fun, and if you don't like it, well, you can fuck off. That's pretty much the ideology that these people come into doing these albums. So then you move on to Double Brutal, which is a double album. The first disc is all original material relating to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then the second disc is a disc full of covers, which in some way, shape, or form have something to do with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Granted, the song titles may have something to do with Arnold Schwarzenegger, yet they are covers of popular metal bands and things like that. I like Double Brutal a lot more than Total Brutal, just because the amount of content, not to mention the quality of the content, rose a lot between these 2 albums. There was a bit of a Christmas kind of there was a Christmas EP in the middle of that, but I've never heard it before, so I can't accurately review it. But on Double Brutal, you have tracks such as I Need Your Clothes, Your Boots, and Your Motorcycle, a quote from Terminator 2 Judgment Day. You also have tracks such as It's Simple, It Jiggles, It's Fat. And then you have my personal favorite from this album, Who Told You You Could Eat My Cookies? A quote from Jingle All the Way, which is a very, very popular Christmas movie that I enjoy to watch every year just because Arnold Schwarzenegger trying to beat crowds of people to get a certain toy for his kid. It's a great movie, and great comedy movie. Not a lot of people think that it's that good, but if you haven't seen it before, definitely check it out. Great holiday film. But moving on, another one of my favorite tracks and probably the best solo work on this album is "Come On Cohagen, Give These People a," which is a quote from Total Recall. And that is exactly how the song is spelled on the track listing. Give these people air. Yeah. Of course, my Arnold Schwarzenegger impression is really not that great. Um, then you also have Come On, Do It, Come On, Kill Me, Do It Now from Predator. Um, and there's even Mr. Freeze quotes in this album, such as "Allow Me to Break the Ice." There's a whole song dedicated to the character of Mr. Freeze. But on the second disc with the covers, you've got a metal version of the Terminator 2 theme, a cover of Judas Priest's "Hellbent for Leather," cover of "Trapped Under Ice" by Metallica, "Iron Fist" by Motorhead, "I Turned Into a Martian" by Misfits, "Killing Is My Business and Business Is Good" by Megadeth, and "Gotta Go" by Agnostic Front. I mean, this is just a fantastic set of albums, and I'm kind of disappointed that right now there isn't a third album out. I haven't heard any news about a third album, but I really want one. This is a very fun side project. It's not meant to be taken seriously, but both of these albums are full of great material. Um, I'm trying to remember. I know I can't remember all of the guest musicians who have been on both of these albums. I know Rusty Cooley was on Double Brutal. Um, I believe he was on the track "Let Off Some Steam Bennett." He does the solo work in that song. So there's a lot of great guest artists on here who do a lot of shredding and things like that. And these albums are they're fun. That's what they are. They're not meant to be taken seriously. It just goes to show you the funny side of heavy metal and how one can pay homage to the great actor Arnold Schwarzenegger. What's that? Oh yeah, Arnold Schwarzenegger is going to be in the Expendables 2. Definitely look up that trailer online. He actually fires a gun. Just food for thought. So, if I had to give a grade for both of these albums, for Total Brutal, I would probably give it a 7 out of 10, a solid 7. For Double Brutal, due to the amount of content on here and how much better it is than Total Brutal, I would probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. These are great fun albums, not to be taken seriously, but nonetheless, they're great fun, and I enjoy listening to these every once in a while. Um, I believe Tim Lambesis once said that he likes to listen to these songs when he works out. So if that tells you anything, that's kind of how fast these songs are. I mean, there isn't a slow track on any of these albums. And you also get these little things in between with dialogue between Tim Lambesis and Arnold Schwarzenegger, such as the opening to Double Brutal talk as Arnold Schwarzenegger talking, and then somebody calls up and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they're having an argument over who's the real Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they're telling each other that they're gonna stab their eyes out with cigars and that they're gonna kill each other and everything else. I mean, it's funny as hell, and I really enjoy listening to these albums. Definitely check them out if you haven't already. And again, sorry I couldn't upload a video yesterday. I hope this makes up for it. Danny here from Metal Couch, signing off.